Hi everyone, welcome back to Just a Wrestling Fan. I'm Drew, and today I'm doing Wrestling in the Dark. I'm going to be doing a review of what I think of the first episode and basically the debut of AEW on TNT. Um, Overall, I'm going to start off with my overall, and then I will go into what I like and what I don't like. It was very, very awesome. It was not perfect for me. It's not perfect for you, or it's not perfect for the other person. Someone else is not perfect for me, but it was very awesome. I did like the intro. I actually loved the intro, and I loved the first match, which was Cody versus Sammy Guevara. I liked Cody's entrance when he came up from the floor. Remind me of that old Kurt Angle entrance in TNA. I didn't know much about Sammy Guevara, only from the things I've heard from being the Elite and the All Elite Wrestling YouTube page. I do an interview that he and the interview he did with Chris Van Vliet, and if I'm not butchering his name, and I saw that he has a YouTube vlog page. Also, I never really saw him wrestle excepting for the match he did, the matches that he had already did in AEW. Now, coming into this match against Cody, I expected Cody to win. I actually wanted Cody to win this match. The live crowd was seemingly behind Cody the entire match. But overall, to me, this was the best match of the entire night. People say, I know in the past, and I actually agree with them in the past, that Cody was not a good wrestler, but he was good with connecting with fans. Cody picked up the win in the end by when Sammy did a high flying move, and Cody raised the knee and rolled him up to the pin. Now that was a good ending because Sammy looked phenomenal in that match, and the way how Cody won, it didn't make him look bad. Both of them came on looking very good in that match. There were some things that I also liked in the match, like for instance, when Sammy got kicked off the apron and he was outside, and Brandy was over there talking a lot of smack to him. Cody then went for a suicide dive to the outside, and Sammy pulled Brandy in the way, and where she took the brunt of that move. And I actually looked like she was actually hurt. As I couldn't see, her head hit the back of her head hit the barricade, and the look on Cody's face and he of concern made me believe that she was actually like really hurt. Um, so that was actually great storytelling right there. Just the expression on Cody's face. Now, after this match, Cody was then attacked by none other than the Painmaker, Chris Jericho, which went on through the commercial break. They did have a split screen up, and it went on through the entire commercial break and a little bit after. But overall, that was a great match. People who say Cody can wrestle, but this year he's been doing it. I think he should get Wrestler of the Year for 2019. Now move on to MJF versus Brandon Cutler. Again, Brandon Cutler is not someone that I know much about, other than from what I've seen and being the Elite and the All Elite Wrestling YouTube page, and his story that and the interview that he did with I believe it was with Chris Van Vliet again. I really like that guy. His interviews. He said that he knew the Young Bucks when they were kids, and he's been friends, and that his wife makes their costumes and stuff like that. And some members of the Elites and other wrestlers out there, and he was in the wrestling business, and that he left to go pursue his own family, and now he's kind of back. I've never seen a match with him before, other than what was already done, I believe, in the Battle Royal. So I didn't really see him do anything. Now this match was okay. It wasn't the best. Brandon Cutler did show off some of his skills, but in the end, MJF won with the Salt of the Earth armbar submission, forcing Brandon Cutler to tap out. We didn't get Chris Van Vliet interviewing Jay and Silent Bob for the upcoming movie for their reboot. And Chris Jericho will be in the movie, and they said that he will be playing a bad guy. Then they were interrupted by, I have to look at my phone for these guys' names because I can't remember, and I never seen these guys before they brought them over to AEW. They were interrupted by Angelico and Jack Evans, who came down and was talking some smack. And I believe Jay got on the mic and he said, "You guys can't even win a match in AEW," which was true. And it was funny at the same time. And it was a good promo, especially to promote the movie. I never even knew there was a Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Then Private Party came down and run beers, and that's basically the end of that segment. It was okay. It was kind of something just to promote the movie. Then we then got SCU outside the White House or across the street. It looked like they were actually across the street. I was actually not in the room when it happened, so when I heard it, I thought Obama was actually on the TV. I had to go ahead and rewind and saw that it was SCU and Scorpio Sky did a perfect Obama impression. I loved it. It was perfect impression of Obama. Then they cut away to the to SCU on stage announcing that that the former four-time champions Christopher Daniels and Kazarian will be the team that will be going into the tournament to win the tag team championships. When the Lucha Bros came out and did their Zero Miedo and the Zero Miedo, and then a brawl started, and this is where the inconsistencies kind of starts. The security came out and instantly, especially Dean Malenko, and broke it up, and that got me thinking right off the bat, where were they when Chris Jericho was brutalizing Cody? So I didn't really understand. I didn't understand it on that part, and that was not. And the inconsistencies didn't just stop there. We then got the Bastard Pac versus Hangman Page, which I think was a great match overall. Pac won the match after giving Hangman Page a low blow when the referee wasn't looking, and then hitting him with the brutalizer submission, which he then passed out, and the referee called for the bell. It was a very good match in my opinion. I like it, and I actually want to see them actually go at it again, just because of the way it ended. Has some, he has some heat in him, and he's really a bastard. And I can't wait to see these two go at it again. We then got the AEW Women's Championship match, and I must say the belt, when it was in that glass case, it looked bigger than what it was after they took it out from that glass enclosure. Nyla Rose versus Rio was actually a very good match. I liked it, even though there were botches involved in it. There was a spot where Rio was supposed to flip Nyla Rose over her back, but she ended up collapsing, I guess, for the sheer weight and massive size of Nyla Rose. So she couldn't actually do it, but Nyla played it off like it wasn't a botch by just laughing at her, which I think was great. After every botch, they didn't try to do it again. They moved on to something, to the next move, and it really looked good, and the fans in the arena was really behind them. This was a David versus Goliath kind of match, and I honestly didn't know who was going to win. I thought maybe they would have let Rio win because of her connection to Kenny Omega, and that she's big in Japan, and I think that she's also moved. She also moved to the States now, so I thought maybe she would win because of that. Then I also thought Nyla Rose was going to win because of the LGBTQ whole thing, and also it was her. She was in her hometown as well. So I assumed that it could go either way, and but in the end, Rio won after giving her the V trigger twice, once in the back and then that once from in the face. Afterwards, then Michael Nakazawa came in and congratulated her that he was going to do an interview with her in Japanese when Nyla Rose slid into the ring and attacked them both. She even botched the power bomb that she was going to do to Michael Nakazawa. He was actually at one point just on his head, but then she eventually recovered and gave him the power bomb. She then continued to beat down on Riho, and she was trying to give her some move on the apron when Kenny came out and basically pushed her off and said, "What the hell are you doing?" We then got Kenny and the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz, which I thought was going to be a great tag team match. And Santana Ortiz was going to basically show off their skills, especially do the same kind of stuff I saw them doing in Impact when they were part of LAX. The match was actually going good. Everyone was on the outside after Nick did his suicide over over the ropes between Matt's legs, and then Kenny was doing his Terminator pose, and he was going to do his thing when Moxley then slid into the ring and the two started to brawl. Now I thought the match was going to get thrown out then and there, even though people were saying that he wasn't the legal guy, and I thought so too. Maybe because he wasn't the legal guy, but it kind of didn't make sense because whether he was the legal guy or not, there was an interference from someone who wasn't even in the match. Outside, that was called outside interference. The referee just let it go, and they said it throughout the night, and they said it on other shows because they're trying to treat it kind of like real sports. That it's up to the referee's discretion to actually end the match and do it. Now the referee can count to 20 when you're outside, or he can just let it go and allow you to brawl. It's up to the referee to decide whether he wants to stop the match or not. So it kind of makes sense, but I don't think they should have went that route. Moxley and Kenny would go into the stands and continue fighting. There was security, one security. Moxley then got him into his face, and he basically stepped back. They went back to as the announcers say it was the VIP room, and Moxley gave Kenny the Dead Rider through a glass coffee table, and the crowd was going nuts in the place. It went to commercial, came back, and it continues as a 2-3 handicap match. Now, what I think they should have ended it, call it disqualification, and then they said we're going to continue the match as a handicap, or they could have brought someone else in. But no, I don't know why they went this route. Matt Jackson is totally awesome. He was like a one-man wrecking crew, just knocking everyone down. But in the end, the numbers game gave way, and Jericho won after giving Matt the Judas effect and picking up the 1, 2, 3. Jericho Santana Ortiz began beating down on the Young Bucks when Cody ran down to the ring to try and save them, and he was doing it until Sammy Guevara came into the ring and gave him a low blow, and then they're always beating down on them. Then Cody's brother came in and he started taking everyone out, and then here comes a debuting Jake Hager, formerly known as Jack Swagger, and he just started demolishing everyone, and I think that was awesome. That was awesome. So, and again, here's where the inconsistencies continue, because throughout all of this, there was no security there at all, which didn't kind of make any sense. But I think this is their first show and everything, and I do, as they said before, hold them responsible for everything so they can do better, and I want them to do better. But I'm not gonna be as hard on them because I love everything that happened that night. Let me say I love everything. There were things I did not like, but mostly everything overall. I loved the entire show. It's different from WWE and the heavy ass promos. So this I actually love. Now, I did see on the All Elite Wrestling YouTube that Jericho and the guys said that they were going to explain everything on the next episode. So I'm looking forward to that. Can you please like, subscribe, please share, and leave a comment down below. Until next time, just a wrestling friend. I'm Drew signing off.